So today is January 28th, 2022. It's Friday. I yeah, hold on a second. Went yesterday. I was all excited because there's this little I'm looking for work. And I went yesterday. I was kind of meditating on it, and yesterday I was I was like, oh, that's right. There was this little shop downtown that was a bakery, and it's like an artesian art chocolate shop or something. And so I thought, wouldn't that be cool if I could get a job working there? And that because I'm a sculptor, right? So I thought I would like to learn to like make chocolate cake toppers or something like that. But it turned out that, I went in and talked to, I don't know if it was the owner's wife or what, but it's a two-person shop. They run it themselves. They don't hire people because according to her, minimum wage is so high. I live it out. And here it's $12 an hour, so it is higher than a lot of places, but try to live on that. Try to live on minimum wage. It's just I am um again, it's just like just now, right? I was able to go down and my son is 21, right? And I think a lot of people think, "Oh, 21, they should be out on their own, blah blah blah," but I moved out at 15. And I'm grateful my son is still here. He's getting me through this. He's freaking paying half the bills and stuff right now, right? But the fact that I can finally be a mom to him, right? I never was really able to, like, I mean, I was gone. I had to work two jobs all of his life pretty much, right? Or in It's so frustrating. People are like, "Oh, $12 an hour is so much." Okay. I don't know. Anyway, it was a bust. So, so I still don't know what the hell I'm gonna end up doing. It's, I don't know. I'm just lost. I'm going to, um, put some slower music to this, I think. Let's see. Here's nature sounds because I want to have something. Whoops, I put it in the wrong spot. I want to have slow and fast music to this video because I really like it. So let's see, what music do I want though? Alright, let's see. Oh, Scott Buckley, slower. Let's see. I really like this one. See if that goes with this. Yeah, see those I can put those together. So I will do resolutions. Let's see. So I'm gonna do resolutions. I walk with ghosts. Was that resolutions or midwinter? Midwinter. Yeah, I don't want to use that one. Mm, that might be okay. Maybe I'll do 4 for a change. If Let's see how falling together sounds with it. What the heck? I'll put 4 this time. Oh shoot, as I do that. Uh, okay. Okay, so let's see how these, what, okay, I've tried to do that stuff and it doesn't work for me. Project files, okay, so let's put this down here first, and then let's go, oh, no, that's nature sounds. Okay, so then let's start with resolutions, volume, entire clip 10. It might be too loud. Oh, come on, where's my, view? There we go. Okay. See, I want it down. Where's the volume? Mixing, none. I'm not mixing volume. I want to see just the volume. There we go. See if I can do it at 3. Okay. So we got right here. Yeah, I woke up. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to clear my throat. I gotta quit doing that. I woke up this morning and my tinnitus is really bad through the roof. I'm thinking of going to the ocean. The tide starts going down about 10 o'clock and taking some video, but obviously the ocean is my passion, but I don't even know what the hell I'm supposed to do right now. I'm in such a weird spot. I was remembering, I'll be back in a second. My ear is really bothering me. I'll be back. Um, is sitting there going off. See, this sounds a little bit too loud. You can't, although, you know what I'm gonna try? So I'm actually gonna take the sounds of the ocean and I'm gonna, where am I at, audio? I'm going to put this over this and see if I can make it sound like if I can make it better. I had somebody on Reddit tell me you're doing this all wrong. With different programs, you can, do stuff with the volume. And it's like, okay, thanks for your advice. I see that you're sitting here with me while I'm doing it. I should have asked what program, because this program is the only one that I've been using, and I'm having a hard time, actually. Although my tinnitus is so loud right now, all I'm really getting is a lot of really loud noise in my other ear. Man, this is brutal sometimes. Okay. So I think this is good. Let's... Ooh, my tinnitus is really through the roof right now. I just really have to learn to live with this, right? I'm hoping that my microphone doesn't sound like crap. Yesterday, you know what? Let me see. I don't know if I sound bad on YouTube or if it's just when I'm recording, because I record. Oh, that's right. I was going to do that. I'll do that too. I have recordings from yesterday that I was putting together. I'm going to make a recording to put out when I'm recording. Does that sound like I'm in a can? Because I record. Whatever. Okay. Okay, so what do I have? I've got resolutions. I walk with ghosts. So let's do falling together. Oh God, I'm sorry. Let's turn it down. Falling together. Volume. Still. 3. Enter. Let's see what we got. Oh, I can pretty much just start it right there. I love this man's music. I'm grateful that he doesn't charge for it. I donate $10 a month because his music is amazing. I would love to donate more of it. And I also donate $5 for another program that extracts the sound because I'm trying to get my ocean sound to not sound really bad. But I don't. That's $15 a month right now that I'm. Fucking $15, right? I'm 57 and I have to worry about $15 after working 2 and 3 jobs all my life. Yeah, it's. I love our systems. They're so awesome. This shouldn't be, right? I should be able to get my teeth fixed. I mean, I've been paying into the system all my life. It's just so, I don't know, whatever. Fucking so broken. Everything is so broken. Oh, there goes my alarm. Supposed to go wake up my son who, okay, actually wasn't even asleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not gonna wake him. I did go down there, but I actually was talking about that earlier, how it's finally the opportunity to be a mother, right? To actually like make him food and, he's 21 and I think a lot of people think that I've spoiled him. Um, I don't really care what people think, actually. He's a good kid and they can all nobody needs to understand why I raise my child the way I do. I think it's funny though that a lot of parents, as soon as their kids turn 18, it's like flick out the door. And like I had no business being a parent. I completely will say that I should have never, I had no business being a parent. I don't regret having my child because I love him. I regret bringing him into this mess of a freaking world. I regret the pain that he's going through right now, right? Because I don't know. I don't know that it's going to get better for him. I mean, I look at the way things are going with our world, and it's fucked up. It's fucked up, right? And like I wanted to try to give him a head start, a leg up, right? And because of my stuff that I've been through, like I keep blowing shit up. I was. Oh, where does this start? I was thinking. I'm gonna start it there. Oh wait, I needed to not do that. Wait, stop, go. But just because of all my traumas and stuff, right? I maybe I'm giving him a leg up because he's able to see it, it at a deeper level, right? Like I don't know how. Like I know a lot of his friends' families are kind of messed up too. Like he's got one friend whose family is really into Q, so thank God I'm didn't go that way. Trying to find a something because I'm lost as hell right now. I don't. And it's funny because I was thinking, I'm trying to figure out why I react so strongly to certain things, right? Like I've like strongly where I become almost another person, right? And I'm not, and I'm figuring it out. I mean, I understand now. It's funny. What happened to me like at this last job I feel like I was lied to and deceived, right? Well, and I was. Um, I was, right? And the thing about it is so I started thinking about it and I'm trying to figure, you know what? I want to finish this first though. The thing is, I don't even know why I'm doing this because trying to save it and stream and everything, I don't know if my computer's got the power to do all that. It'll take forever to save it, but anyway, but I was trying to think about why I reacted so strongly, right? And I've been meditating on it and I've been talking it through and I really like okay, so when I was working as a bartender waitress for a long time, like I mean, I worked at the same place for years and years and years off and on, right? And so I think this is the first time that I left when I had started working there. But one of the managers was a predator, and I was prey. That's right. I was a drunk. I was drunk all the time, and I was really pliable. And so there was a time when I was really in love with this guy. I think I might have told this story. Anyway, so this person came. I don't know if I told it. I'm going to tell it again. Okay, so what happened was I had met this guy that I thought I was in love with. We moved in, we got engaged. It didn't work. I was drinking, blew it up. He was younger than me, blah blah blah, right? And I was just attracted to the fact that he was younger than me, and he was attractive, but I don't think I cared for him as a person, and I'm pretty sure he didn't care for me either. Um, Back then, I think I my perceptions were pretty screwed up, but he was verbally not kind to me, right? And he pushed my buttons. I mean, we just weren't a good mix. Um, but we had split up, and I went to his house. And I was thinking yesterday, I don't know, I was sitting in a chair on his front porch and he dumped me out of it because I wouldn't leave. I don't remember exactly the scenario that led up to that. I think that I probably was waiting outside for him because I got some stalkyish behaviors in my past, which is also really fucking another reason why I like really don't need to be in a relationship. I mean, I'm afraid of who I would become, right? Because I know who I've become in the past. And that's just my insecurities and my need to not be alone, which I think I'm over that because I've been alone for I've been single for 14 years. Like not even I haven't even fuck. Like my son and I just started hugging about a year ago. So I don't even think I've really hugged another human being. Well, I mean, I've hugged a few people here and there, right? But in years. Um, and that's fear, right? And so then anyway, so I've been single for a long time. So anyway, I just my need for wanting people back then was too much, right? And so I had stocky behaviors. But anyway, when I got home after he dumped me out of the chair, I got in my car, I got home, and this predator was there. And he took full advantage of that situation, right? He took full advantage of that situation. And I remember the guilt and the shame that I felt was really overwhelming for that because, right, like, I thought I allowed him to do this to me, but I was drunk and vulnerable and hurt and confused, right? And he took advantage of me. Anyway, he was my boss. And so I was out of control drinking at that point. I was really like I was a mess, right? I thought I loved this person who had left, and I was like driving by his house and doing all these things that I didn't understand why I was doing them, right? I didn't really love the guy. I mean, I knew that, right? And I couldn't understand, and I knew that I was an alcoholic, so I knew that that was part of it, but I don't think that's all of it because I don't know that being sober, like I've done some shit sober that I'm like, what the fuck, And I've done some shit since I've been making these affirmations, and I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with me? So I'm trying to figure this out, which is why I'm just going to keep talking. I know I was going to go to the ocean. I might later, I don't know. We'll see where I'm feeling. But anyway, so this man took advantage of me. I was completely out of control and he was my boss, right? And I think like I know I never like nobody I never told anybody that he had done this to me for a long, long time, right? And that this was happening. I don't know if anyone suspected it or not, but I didn't tell anybody, right? And he was married, right? He had 6 kids. I mean, at that time I don't think he had 6. He probably had 4. I don't know. It's just he had a lot of children. He was married. I had a lot of shame. Um and I was fucked up all the time. Like I drank all the time for a long time. I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a drink, right? For a long time. So so right now, the fact that a bourbon sounds really good is not a good thing. So anyway, so I was drinking a lot. So it had been about a week since he had done that. Maybe somewhere within that time frame since he had done that. he and another manager from the place that I worked called me into the office and asked me, they told me I had to quit. They said either you quit or we're going to fire you, but you need to go because you're out of control, right? And he had just raped me. Like, anyway, so I think that that is why I reacted as strongly as I did when all this happened at the college, because I'm starting to, like, I didn't remember that happening to me, right? And the pain that that caused me in that moment, right? They were all I had. They were my family. And and that was what happened, right? And it's funny because my family has done that to me for years in one form or another, right? So I went back to that for a long time. I mean, I went back there, worked again after that, and I went back and I slept with him again after that. Although I never was sober, I never was in my right mind. He always knew, because I did get sober for a brief period of time, and he was like, "You're just more fun when you're drinking." And that day I drank, and for a long time I regretted that because I was in shape, I was taking care of myself, I was doing 8-minute abs, I was getting a core, I weighed I would weighed a little less than I do now. I think 15 pounds less than I do now. Which my son keeps telling me it's not the weight, but I've got this stuff going on in my belly. It's some fat that I would like. I don't know now. It might be skin because I'm 57. So I don't know if it's always going to be there now or not. But I was getting it really into shape, right? But the thing is I still at that point did not love myself, and I was feeling super alone. Like I've always felt super alone. I don't think that I can remember a time when I have felt like there is actually someone there to support me, right? And that's okay. Again, I am not alone. I know that there are so many of us out there, and I said women yesterday, and that was really, I will apologize for that because I am well aware that this shit is not um, gender. It's not a gender thing. It's power. It's a power thing. So I apologize for making it gender specific because it's not. It's not. This kind of behavior from those kind of people is not specific to race, gender, any of that. It's power. It's the people that they can control. And that's it, right? So I need to get a tissue because my nose is running. I'll be right back. And I need to cough. Anyway, but the funny thing about it is that, and not funny, haha, but funny is that for some reason, this woman supervisor of mine reminded me a lot of this man. And I didn't put all of that together until yesterday when I was meditating on this and trying to figure out what it was about her, because it was her. It was specific to her. There is no doubt to me that it was specific to her, that something about her just really made me feel uncomfortable, right? I didn't trust her. I didn't, and I can say that wasn't fair of me. I mean, that was, and I mean, I had no control over it, actually. I can't, I can't control when these flashback shit things happen. I can't control that at this point. I don't know if I'll ever be able to, I don't know if that's a controllable thing, Can you control when you start having emotional flashbacks? I don't know, right? I know I can acknowledge it, see what it is. I needed to really get out of the situation though, because I could feel her enjoyment of having power over me. I could feel her. I felt that in her, and I don't know why that is, but she reminded me, and the situation reminded me a lot of the situation for some reason. Mostly because they lied to me before, and and it's not, again, I don't, fuck that. Fuck what happened with that. I want to get to why I react the way I do. I don't care what happened sucked and I was lied to and I fucking wish it wouldn't happen. Because right now then I would have a decent job with some benefits and I'd be okay, right? But they fucking lied to me multiple times, right? And it's like, I mean, it's like, okay, so I'm into, my first job, like I said, it's happened repeatedly, right? People will tell you what they need to tell you. They get you. And again, this is why people are not wanting, excuse me, people do want to work. I want to work. I'd be more than happy to work. Treat me with some respect and don't fucking lie to me and I'll work for you, right? Give me a job to do without expecting me to do five other people's jobs, right? Just, and even it's like funny because I was talking to my son yesterday about working at the Department of Corrections and how my boss there, his name was Kevin Olson. I couldn't remember his last name yesterday because my brain is really scattered right now. Trying to get my I'm trying to get my thoughts in some kind of an order here so that I can move forward and not like repeat the patterns. Um, and it's fucking hard because my opportunities right now are really limited and it's a lot of that is COVID and it's the area and whatever. But anyway, I was so back to what I was saying about the DOC. I was talking to my son about it yesterday, and Kevin Olson treated me really, really kindly. He was good to me, right? But as my son said, I was still doing the job of more than one person, right? The thing is I had it down because people fucking left me alone to do my job. Nobody got into the back end of my stuff and messed with it. Nobody could get into my email. Nobody, like, I wasn't spreading my job out. I mean, it was different than the situation that I've been put in recently, right? And actually, that's not true. They did put me in there by myself, and I would have been fine with it if they hadn't lied to me. I could have done this job, right? And I know I could have. And I was doing the job, and I could be good at the job. I am good at the job, but I am so tired of being lied to from employers and people in general and being taken advantage of, right? So the thing is I don't know that there's like, how do you get away from that, right? Like, I would like to start a wellness center and I would like to play my videos and I would like to have my affirmations going in the background. And I would like there to be there a space where people can go in and freeform dance with hand kites and call that their exercise, or just sit and meditate and listen to the affirmations, or maybe go through and buy some artwork because that's where I do my art, right? Right. And, and I mean, how do I do that? How, how do I do that? Fuck, And so I've been thinking, okay, so if I go here, maybe if I go here, right? Then if I wait a little bit and I get in there, maybe I can convince them to at least start playing my videos, right? Because like I think if I had the money, I could really make them good, right? And I think that they could be a positive, right? But I can't, like, I don't know where to go from here and I don't know what to do. And I'm like, and I'm angry and I'm lost and I'm crying and sad. And I just am so fucking confused, and I'm 57, and for the first time yesterday, my son told me he thought that my age would be a factor when I'm going out to look for work. And he's never said that before. He's always said your age is not a big deal. Okay, so I copy this? Copy clip. All right, I'm sorry. I was gonna do this because I love this video so much. This is so freaking amazing watching. And like I said, this is what's happening with my brain. Like it's all of a sudden I'll remember shit, and then it'll just kind of, I'll be just like me again, right? And then all of a sudden this flood of stuff comes in again, and it's like, holy shit, I don't want to rehash my past and be like mopey about it, right? But I also don't think like I never acknowledged that that's what happened to me. I always blamed myself for that, right? I was drunk. I was vulnerable. I was alone, and I was in a really bad spot, and someone took advantage of me. I did not, like, I need to forgive myself for that stuff because I was taken advantage of. And, I honestly think that the legal term for it these days is rape, right? Which is clear. I mean, when somebody comes up to you and you are like, I was crying and devastated, right, over getting thrown out of this chair, and he fucking took advantage of that. Just, that is, and he was my boss. Yeah, so I got a little bit of trust issues, right? Let's see. So then after that, I worked for him for a while. I worked off and on at the Overland Express for a long time, and I said the name, whatever, fucking cares. I in between that time I worked at like a place called Gilly's Casino. That might have happened right then when they fired me that time, or when I was asked to leave because I was out of control. My anger's always been out of control. So that is, I am in control of my anger. That's a good one. I think I need to add that. I need to be writing while I'm doing this too. I'm in control of my anger. That's when I need to really, really work on. I'm doing a lot better because I am tired of being mad. Like, I'm really tired of being mad, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to be mad anymore. I just don't, right? And I really don't want to be in positions where I'm going to be angry. So I need to focus on like that, and I don't have a lot of time because I need to find a job, right? And that's, so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, maybe Taco Bell, because I could just go in there and do my job. And that's the thing. I am going to need to not, what did I say I was? Shit. It was when I'm releasing my anger, because I've said that a bunch. See, I needed to just type it right then. My mind is really, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going through my mind right now. There's so much stuff going on in the world in general, and then I see so many people that just don't care. Um, and it's super hard, like on my child, and it's hard. It just is hard, and it kind of sucks, and I don't like I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore. Like, I don't know. Although I don't know what do I mean anymore. What I'm talking about, this shit has been going on for years, right? Why all the resistance to change? That's what I don't understand. I don't understand how, I don't understand how people that can sit on their cell phone, right? and call on their cell phone and do this shit and be so resistant to the fact that the world is changing. Dude, we used to have dial phones, right? Come on, that were connected to the wall. I remember the first, actually, the first cell phone that I saw was the drug dealer in town. He had a big brick that you could call to get drugs. He took my checks. My mom was my banker, and my drug dealer took my checks, and she knew who he was. She knew he was the coke dealer around town. And yeah, it was interesting. That was interesting. I always wondered if she knew. Um, in hindsight, I'm going to say yeah. Um, but that's cool. I mean, I know she knew when I was a meth head. She actually was talking. She had said to me at that time she had considered getting me committed because I weighed like 98 pounds and I was a mess. I was shit. One time I was driving, which I mean I had been up for like 3 days, and I was driving. And I don't know who was with me, but I'm like, what the fuck are those people doing pushing that car in the middle of the road? There was nobody there, right? I mean, I was hearing voices. I was pretty far gone into that shit. Yeah, I was a mess. I was skinny though. I liked that. I liked being thin. I liked being able to just put on clothes and not have to worry about how you looked in them. Um, I have to say I like being thinner. Unfortunate. Well, no, that's not true. That's not true. I was going to say a lot of it is visual, but that's true, but that's not true. The fact that I can, it's so funny. I caught myself yesterday still spreading my legs to bend over to pick something up. Like I don't have to do that anymore, right? I can just bend over, right? I don't have to make room for my stomach in between my legs like I used to. So I appreciate that, right? I caught myself trying, I appreciate that I can run and jump and play and I don't get winded walking up and down the stairs. I mean, I've got dogs, right? I've got a border collie that I made a commitment to. So I need to do my best to try to stay active and, you know, for him too, right? So I don't know, but other than that, I was a mess. Why was I talking about that again? Just because I was a meth head. I'm just talking. I'm talking it out. Yeah, I got taken advantage of a lot then too, working. I did this job for this man. I painted a mural. I've got a picture of it. I should pull out this shit. I painted a mural for this man. It was for a carpet store. It was Tom and Jerry's carpet, and it was on a corner. And so on one corner there was Tom, and on the other corner there was Jerry, and they were carrying a roll of carpet around this corner, right? And I had to get up on scaffolding, and I was a meth head. I was high as fuck. But I mean, it's not. Yeah. But anyway, but I still did this, right? I still did the work. Because he didn't want to pay me. He didn't want to pay me. He wanted to pay me. I think what he was paying me was minimum wage at that time, to work in his store, right? I did stuff like I vacuumed and cleaned and just did stuff for him, ran errands and did some stuff in the books and phones and things like that. And then we had discussed that he was going to pay me extra to do this. What we never did. I don't even think. I thought he said 250. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but we discussed that he was going to pay me extra to do this, and then he refused. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't pay me. He wouldn't pay me extra. I didn't work for him after that. I mean, I left, but it didn't matter. He paid me my. It just was. Because he said that he took a chance by having me do it, and it turned out good. I've got a picture somewhere of it, and it turned out good, right? He should have paid me for it, and he didn't. So, I did some tile work for a guy one time. And actually, it's funny because I was with my ex at that time. I was with, I need to figure out what I'm doing right here. Hold on. Falling together. There's falling together. What comes after that? Huraith, Hurath. I don't know, Hurath. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, I was with my son's dad. This was probably just before everything blew up with us. Um, and he had been living with this guy, or he'd been working for this guy who had a car detail shop. and this man owned a cabin up in the mountains somewhere. And so, and I had just split up with another, like I was engaged to another guy who was really abusive. I split up with him and then tried to get back together with my son's dad, right? And the whole time I was a flaming alcoholic. Like I was drinking a lot. I was drinking a lot all day, every day, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was drinking probably a fifth, close to a fifth of, what was it called? 10 high? I think it was 10 high a day by myself, right? So I was drinking a lot. And I went up to this cabin and I had the tile saw because I had purchased it. So I was in a relationship where I was doing tile work with this guy, but I was the grunt. I actually cut the tile was what I did, but I had to do all the other stuff too, like unloading all the tile, loading all of the tile. He sat there and smoked cigarettes and bullshitted why I did all that. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I just got done doing that with him, and so I got back with my son's dad, which was just ridiculous. But anyway, title this. What's today? Today is 128, 128, 2022. Okay. Anyway, so I had done all this work for a week. I was installing this tile in this guy's cabin, and we had my son up there too. It was me and my son's dad, and my son was like 4. It's just, God, the stuff I put him through. I feel bad, right? I didn't mean to like subject him to these things, but I was an alcoholic, so I was drunk and drinking, and I did all this tile work. Well, there was a night when this man had told, he was a friend of my son's dad, had told my son's dad, Seth, and I, you guys should just go out and have a couple drinks. Go relax. I'll watch Rylan. Da da da, da, right? And I knew better than to go, um, but I went. I didn't follow my instincts and I went. And I know that CJ sat on Ryland's head that night. As far as Ryland tells me, nothing more happened. I believe him. But I know, and I said the guy's name, but whatever. I know that the guy was twisted, right? I think that my son's dad and he had a relationship, actually, to be honest. Well, and that's not the twisted part. I don't give a shit about that. The twisted part is he sat on my son's fucking head. And when my son, like before that, my son had gone and visited, and my son burnt his hand on a, like, oh, he burnt his hand on a stove, and he took a drink of Ryland's like Coke, and there was booze in it, and they all laughed, right? Those are the reasons. The stuff that was, yeah, if he had a relationship with Ryland's dad, I don't give a shit about that. That does not matter to me. But some of the shit that he did was fucking twisted, right? And so, anyway, I did all this tile work for him, so we went out. Seth and I went out that night, and we had drinks, and we got drunk, and we got in a fight, and he took off in this guy's car, and he wrecked it, right? And this guy blamed it on me, and Seth blamed it on me, and he refused to pay me, and he owed me like $1,500. I mean, I was going to pay the mortgage that month with that money. I was going to pay some shit with that money, right? I needed that money, and he did not pay me. He actually, what had happened was I got pissed because he wouldn't pay me. And so I came unglued and yelled at him, that I was drunk. I mean, fuck, come on, right? And he owed me money. And so he took us to the bar and left us down there. And we were like a couple hours from home. We were far from home. So he left us and our 4-year-old in this bar. So I wrote a hot check and I got us a bottle. And the people that owned the bar were kind enough to let us stay in a hotel room until our ride got there. So we sat in this room and got drunk until our ride got there. Um, you know, it was a friend of, well, actually, I was letting him stay. I let him stay in our place like in my basement of my house for a while, but he was a sexual offender, and his PO showed up at my door, of course, when I was drunk, because I was always drunk, and told me that I had a sexual offender living in my house. Did I know that? I got pissed, and he left, but he did come and pick us up because he still was friends with Seth, my son's dad. So that was another job I did where somebody screwed me over, didn't pay me, right? I mean, it's and again, because of the fact that this has happened to me multiple times in my life, this tells me there's something that I'm doing, right? I need to figure out why I have allowed these things to happen. I walked right back into this last situation, eyes wide open. They said something to me, and I right there, my mind said, "Don't do it." And I saw this person that I was going to be working with, and my mind said, "Don't do this." And I did that because it would have been financial security, and I would have had benefits. I would have been able to get my teeth fixed probably in a couple of years. My son keeps telling me, "Don't say that. You don't know that. You don't know that." Okay, well, I do know that. If I would have just shut my fucking mouth and put up with it and been dumped on for who knows how long until it was time to dump on the next person, right? I don't want to be that person. I don't want to dump on somebody so that I can get my fucking teeth fixed. Right? I want to be able to be a good person and do the things that I love and contribute to our society in a positive way to be able to get my teeth fixed, right? Why is that a lot to ask? And I know that feels like we're in a utopian society where people can actually do what they fucking love. People love numbers. There are people that love answering phones and checking emails, right? I actually don't hate it. I just don't want to do it anymore because I'm an artist. I was good at that job. I loved, when I was working this last time when I was there, I loved what I was doing. I loved the job itself, right? What I didn't love was being lied to. What I didn't love was being taken advantage of. What I didn't love was being expected to do 5 people's jobs. What I didn't love was a bunch of people standing around watching you burn and nobody stepping. Well, that's not true. One person did say, actually I heard one person say, "Is she over there by herself?" And somebody said, "Yeah, yeah." And I think I don't know what, but anyway, she was there to help me, and she helped me as much as she possibly could, but she didn't know how to do the job, right? She was as much help as she could be, and it just wasn't the kind of, like, the person that could have been the help I needed would not help me, right? The 2 people that could have been, the multiple people that could have been the help that I needed did not step up, right? The one person besides those 2 people that said something that stepped up was new. And what she said was, "Isn't there something we can do to help her?" I feel bad for her, right? So, and that, like I said, okay, so because of the fact this has been happening to me all of my life, how do I move forward without that happening? Is what I'm trying to figure out, right? What is it that I have done? Like, why am I keep attracting those situations, right? So is that real? Is it the power of positive thought, right? So I tried to think positive, but then I kept putting myself in these situations out of desperation and out of fear. So I don't know how to go forward because I've been in desperate fear all of my life, and I'm pissed off about it, and I don't want, that's not who I am now. So how do I move forward? Just keep talking about the reasons that I'm fucked up, and maybe that'll help. I don't know. Just keep watching the waves come in and go out. It's like I was meditating, right? And that little bakery popped into my head, so I thought maybe that's it. And it wasn't, right? And it's like, am I just am I just gonna be one of those people that never happens for? Like, I don't know if I should keep fighting. God, fucking tired. Well, and the thing is it's like what I told my son, right? I said, you know, I could settle. I could settle. I could fucking stop this right now, and I could settle, and I could. There are I've got skills out the Yahoo, right? I can waitress, I can barista, I can do office work, I can do janitorial. I mean, I've done it all. I tried to start a pooper scooper business because I didn't want to have to go back to work for someone else because I didn't want to go through this again, right? And I mean, I've kind of resigned. Like I've always, if I've wanted shit done, I've had to do it, right? Nobody's done anything for me ever. I mean, let me rephrase that. That's not true, and that sounds really. But I mean, the major things in my life, like I have not had help doing things. I did not have. My mom seems to think she gave me $500 to buy my house. She did not give me shit to buy my house. I did that on my own, right? I think she gave it to my sister and got mixed up. And that, you know, I don't mean it to be that to sound angry, but you know, my sister. I do have some resentment there that I need to work through. She got a lot more help than I did in my life, right? From my dad and my mom, you know, and that was painful for me, right? Like my dad, especially with my dad, he did a lot to help my sister, and he did nothing really to help me ever. You know, and that was quite painful. I think my dad wanted a boy when he had me. He used to always call me Charlie. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that um it was painful, right? And you know, and then what do? My son grows up with a dad that's the same way, right? Does the same shit that my dad did to me. I mean, it just and I, you know, again, I should have never been a parent. Never been a parent. There's the fact that I made that choice was not wise, right? What time is it? I don't see again. I don't even have a job right now, and I'm all, I need to. I don't need to do a fucking thing. Hi, dog. Hi, dog. Hi, dog. How are you? This is Temperance, so I did this the other day. Where is she? There's my coffee. Here, dude. Right there. Hi. Hi, dog. They hear me talking. I'm thinking my son might be up. I don't know. Because the dogs... I'm wondering, how do I do this to not have so much of that window in there? I used to have a curtain over that window, but it was like a freaking dungeon in here. So I'm going to have to move my computer, I think. I'll move myself back against... I'm going to move this room around. Maybe I'll do that today too and stream some more. I don't know. I want to go to the ocean, but I'm just not sure about leaving the house, especially alone. I don't know why right now I'm not really trusting myself. I think I need to listen to my instincts though, right? Although I felt this way before and I forced myself to go and I have not regretted it. So, I don't know if it's just I don't know. You know, it's funny. I still have this thing about leaving my house. I mean, I've had so much shit. I've, I think so I've talked about this a little bit before, but when I was really little, I went camping on a camping trip, and that was quite painful. Like I came back and my dog was gone. My dog was my best friend. His name was Pee-wee. He was a little chihuahua. I loved Pee-wee to death, right? And I went on this camping trip, and that's a story that I've told before, so I don't want to repeat it, but well, I'll repeat it, fuck it. I When we were growing up, there was this woman, Nancy, who had a lot of control over my mother. Her family, we were always in comparison to them, right? It's like Nikki was my age and she was really attractive, or I don't know what it was. What it was men found her attractive, and she was a little girl, and it's really gross, actually, looking back on it, how little we were, and how young we were, and the way that we were treated, right? Because of, I don't know. Well, it's the Me Too movement, right? That's why. We were treated as we were sexualized so young, right? even before that, I anyway, that was our family. Um, I don't even know what I was getting at there with that. I just went to a whole nother place with that. Jesus. I remember a watermelon eating contest. If something happened there, I don't know what, but fuck, it's gonna be something. God damn it. Okay. Well, there's another one that's gonna come to me. It's funny. I've been walking, like, sometimes there's places in the ocean. This is too loud. It's hurting my ear. Why do I have this so loud? I'm sorry. I just got lost. Really lost. Sometimes I'll walk like under some trees and stuff, and all of a sudden I'll just go away, and it's a memory will come back, and I will be there for a moment, right? And I know that there's something tied to it because of the feeling that comes to me, and I'm just getting so many of them, and I'm not quite, fuck. How do you go forward with this? And I mean, I'm grateful that they're coming because I want to know. I didn't want to know for a long time, so I didn't want to open the box. I didn't want to go to therapy because I knew this was going to happen, right? I knew this was going to happen. And then my freaking son started using cannabis and was like, wow, this makes me feel so much better. And I saw the change in him. I saw the difference, right? And so I was like, huh. So I started trying it, and I'm like, okay. So, and now I know what it is doing is that I believe that it is allowing me to recognize these things, right? And I need to, my thing is the anger. Like, oh my gosh, clearly, like the anger that I had toward that situation that I was in was out of control. And now I totally know where that came from. That came from Lenny and Renee having me in their office, telling me that I needed to leave after he had done that to me. And I just used names again. Oh well. Oh well, whatever. I don't even. It happened, right? Those things happened. I didn't talk about them forever. For I like till now. I think I did talk about it a little bit with Renee, but I don't think either one of us ever at the time admitted what it was. Because he did it to her too. He did it to her too. So, and that's what it was. And so it's, and I wonder if it would make me feel better to name the names, you know? I mean, can I get in trouble for that? Will it ever matter? Will anybody ever hear this? Probably not, right? Would it make me feel better to say that when I was 12, Dago Lopez raped me behind the school, and I always thought it was my fault? I always thought I allowed him to do that to me. When I was 12 years old, he got me drunk. He said the next day there was no way I could be pregnant because he wasn't able to fully penetrate me. I believe he was 18. I was 12. We had a beer drinking contest. I was 12. And we had a beer drinking contest, right? It could have been just before my 13th birthday because it was in the summer. So I know I was 12, but it was probably just before I turned 13. So, that's cool because I was almost 13. But yeah, I think they bought like a 24 pack or something. And he was the guy that did this shit. Like when I go up to the state parks and stuff here, I see like donuts and and there you go. It makes me want to come unglued, and now I know why, because he was the dude that did that shit, right? He had a red car. I remember his red car. He played the drums. I always wanted to play the drums. I really wanted him to teach me because later, after he did that to me, right, he never paid attention to me really again. And all I did was want his attention after that, right? It was just, I was a little girl and he did that. And I thought that that was how you show love, right? Um, which I learned as a little girl. And I think so many of us did, right? And again, that's why there's this movement. But the thing about it is that it's not in just our home lives, right? This is carried over into our professional lives, right? Into our work lives. And now, as I have said, it has become not just, it's not gender specific, it's not age specific, it's not um, race specific, it's power specific now, right? It's who's got the most power. And anybody, you give anybody, this is my view of how I've seen things since I've been back out there, since I went away. Well, all of it's a mess. It's always been a mess, clearly, right? I'm talking about shit that happened to me years ago that was just fucking ridiculous that this shit went on, um and was allowed to go on, right? I mean, it was ridiculous. But anyway, it's like, the person on top does shit to the person that, and we know this, right? It rolls downhill, right? So it's the power. It's like the person and that's the thing. And it's so funny because that's one thing that was said to me at this last position where I just, so this person says to me, oh, just hold it out. Just wait it out. If you just wait it out a couple months, there will be someone that will come in after you, and then you'll have seniority. Then you can take your lunches and you can just do whatever, whenever you want and stuff, is what she says to me, right? And I'm like, but I'm not that kind of person, right? I don't do that. I don't do that. Like for a minute, I thought, oh, that'd be so cool to have the seniority and da da da. But I realized I'm not that kind of person. I don't do that. I consider other people and their feelings and what they have going on, right? And so I try to compromise with people regardless of that, right? Maybe because I've never had that, so I wouldn't know how to be that person. My son tells me that's why I would be a good leader because I don't want to, right? But I can, and I'm organized. And I mean, I have bought 2 houses. I have bought multiple cars. I took my son to Japan. I took my son to Mexico. I took my son to California. I took him to San Diego and to Disneyland. I took myself to Europe when I was 16, 17. I mean, I know I'm not fucking stupid, right? But I'm not the kind of person who's going to be like that. And then she gives me this card for Christmas with this candle that I threw away that said something about a beautiful soul. And I'm like, how do I respond to this? Because in my view, you are nothing like me, right? Because I would not be like, just hold it out a couple more months and then you can have power over the next person. Just go ahead and let them treat you like shit for a while because you can treat the next person like shit that comes in after you. Uh, okay, okay. Right? I'm not that kind of person. That's not who I am. I'm not going to do that to somebody. So there were so many factors, right? But it's my anger that got out of control. I mean, I don't have to be that kind of person to walk away from something without getting mad, right? I mean, I clearly pushed it. I knew that I was getting there, right? I knew I was doing things to provoke it. I dressed provocatively one day just because I could, right? I'm fucking almost 60. What am I doing? It was fun though. I wore like this tight black shirt with like it was a black shirt, but it had like drawings of like the moon and stars and stuff and sun on it, right? And then it was a black leather skirt that was too big for me, so it just fit me right around my hips. So the shirt, yeah, I thought I looked good, but the fact that and so that was all. If you feel like you look good, you look good, right? Um, so, but I did it just because they made me mad and they really hurt me, and I wanted to hurt them back. And a lot of them have. That's why. Right there. That's it. Right? Because a lot of them have gained weight and I've lost weight. So I wanted to cause them some hurt back. Right? And the only person I hurt was myself. Right? So, you know, there's that. Okay, well, that's kind of shitty, isn't it? But it's true and it's honest. And, okay, so moving forward, I just need to move forward because I can't fix that. And I just don't want to be mad at you. And I'm so afraid I'm going to put myself in that situation because I'm having a really hard time finding what I need. Like, there's a shop I went into yesterday. I'm gonna go back in. I'm not even gonna take a resume. I'm just gonna take a fucking letter, right? That says, I will work for you for $12 an hour. Give me 2 days a week, and I can work at Taco Bell the rest of the time to make up for it, right? Or something. But I need to be able to be creative just a little. I'm only asking for a little right now. Okay, fuck. I'm sorry. Fuck. Okay, so let's see speaking of creative, where am I at? 37%. It's better than nothing, right? Okay, I need to check the weather and stuff too, because I need to figure out if I'm going to go to the ocean today. I need to play with dogs. I mean, it's so funny because even during COVID, like when I was getting unemployment and I actually took out some money too, alone, and I was trying to get I was trying to get my head straight. And I knew that once I got back out there that shit was gonna go kind of sideways, but I did not expect this, right? I did not expect my mind to just like this. It, I think that's why I love this video so much because this is so appropriate. This is what's happening to my fucking brain right now, right? Like I keep getting these big swooshes of stuff. And then I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Like me, the fact that I wanted to hurt them. I mean, come on, Dauneen. And that's true. That's what it was. I wanted it in their face. Fuck you, You have gained weight and I have not, and that's not kind. That's not kind, right? But I did go in with kindness. I did, and I was immediately treated really poorly and I reacted badly to that instead of holding my head up and being stronger. But I mean, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say I was weak in that moment. I'm not. I'm not going to do that to myself. My temper, yes. My psyche, yes. I don't think that that was the place for me. I really just don't. I'm not the kind of person who is like, oh, it's okay. Once the next person comes along, you get to be this way to them. Um, could one person make that much change in a valley of, I mean, I was told before that it was a dog eat dog place and that, this is SWAC. This is how SWAC is, right? It's like, well, okay. I mean, that's fine. It works for them. I'm okay with that. It just didn't work for me, right? So again, I'm going back and rehashing that instead of looking at my part in this. Like at the pizza place. I worked at a pizza place, right? Oh my God, this is really embarrassing. I'm going to tell on myself here. Oh, well, fuck it. I'm getting it out. I'm going to get it out because I got to go back out there and I can't go out there carrying this. I can't go out there carrying this. I need to get this out. Okay, so the pizza place. I'm gonna make some coffee. I'm probably gonna talk all day. I don't know if I need to check the weather because I don't know if I'm gonna get to the ocean today. I, uh, I need to get this shit out. It's weighing on me too much. Too heavy. I've been carrying this for so long. Fuck. So long. All of it, right? All right, I'll be back. I mean, it is a beautiful day out. It would be a good day to go to the ocean and videotape. I wish my son doesn't want to go. I don't blame him. I mean, I don't know if I could do it with my son there anymore. Well, I do it here with my son here. But I'm a little nervous still about setting up my camera out there by myself, you know? But whatever. Um, yeah, tomorrow's Sunday. Monday is going to be a little bit colder than today. I feel like Monday there would be less people there than today. But I don't know. Should I care? Should I care if I'm out there with my camera set up? I get out there and dance anyway. So what if my camera's set up, right? I think that might be part of the reason is I'm procrastinating. That's another reason. I don't know. I'm glad I'm getting into shape because I want to dance anywhere. You know, and I don't know that at the college necessarily that people were offended by that, right? I think so because certain people, I think that certain people thought, I don't know what they thought. I heard a part of the conversation that somebody was saying when I was coming in, and I'm pretty sure it was about my dancing at my car, right? But this person also is like not healthy at all. Not healthy at all. So, see, that was the thing. I wanted to be a positive influence, but I don't think I was because I think I just created anger in too many people, right? I because I am free, right? I mean, I I am reading my affirmations and I am realizing that everything that I have been telling myself for the past year and a half is not possible for me to be in that location because I am surrounded by, like, it's like this, right? I can't, like, I need to be with something. Yeah, I don't know. Going back to the ocean, going back to what stuff, trying to figure out my anger, why I get so mad. Oh, yeah, the pizza place. Oh, yeah, that was something. It was dirty and gross, for starters. Like, it was dirty and gross. I have pictures of it, and it was actually, you know what? Because it's funny because I said to this person, oh, you're not gonna let me do this. Oh, wait, let me find this. I said to the owner of this place, did I get rid of him? Might have gotten rid of him. I said to the owner of this particular restaurant, I told them that it was disgusting and gross, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I know. I can't help it. We can't find workers. Nobody wants to work," type thing. And it's like, I mean, it was gross, right? And so she kind of blew it off. Whoops, I gotta figure out what I'm doing now. She kind of blew it off, and I was annoyed with that because it was her restaurant, and you know, she from what I saw, she came in a couple hours a day and collected the money, and that was what she did, right? And then she had some young teenage girls and an couple older predators working there. Yeah, and that's where I put myself, right? That was so smart. I'm in there, and like these young girls are running around in barely, I mean, their leggings fit really tight, and it was clear it was just clear what was happening to me. These men were far too old to be allowing this to happen. Especially one of them was supposed to be a manager, right? And instead of telling them, you need to dress appropriately when you're back there cooking, not wearing leggings, period, that fit you like your second skin, right? Because in the appropriate restaurant, that is fine, but when you're back there cooking, that is inappropriate, right? They were cooking. I mean, for fuck's sakes, you know? I just so I was super annoyed. I was working at a place it's just Anyway, and then the predatory part of it, right? I lost my shit. I yelled at the owner. I told her she needed to care about her fucking establishment, and I yelled at her through a closed door because she got pissed and slammed the door on me. Right? I mean, this was okay. So I did that. And, oh my god, I'm out of control. I can't let anybody who I want to hire me watch this. They'll be like, "We're not gonna hire her. She's fucked up." Anyway, so so I did that there because, and that was Trigger City, right? At the time, I like, it was so gross. The last, oh my God, one of the last days I was there, there was this, it was gross. And this is how this happened though. Let me rephrase how this played out. Like I worked there and I kind of I kept my mouth shut. Like I, I liked some of the people that I was working with, and I did not hate the job. I was doing prepping. I liked doing the prep part of it. I loved cleaning. If she had let me, I would have just cleaned the place. If she had paid me a decent wage and just let me clean, I would have. I just didn't like they played loud music, and well, at the time I didn't have the tinnitus, but still I couldn't hear very well out of this air. And so those dynamics I did, and I didn't like the young girl type thing. Those dynamics really hit me wrong. That was, but had I just prepped with Bernard, I liked Bernard. I worked with this guy Bernard. He was cool. I liked Bernard. I feel bad for Bernard, because I think Bernard is getting used, but there's nothing I can do for that, right? But I liked working with them, right? I didn't like at first I was a little bit leery and stuff because of me and my past, but I realized he was a nice guy. He wasn't out to he was a nice guy, right? But I couldn't deal with the manager, with the owner, and the way she just neglected what she had was my view on that. The fit, I mean, oh my God, the filth. Oh, it was gross. Anyway, and then the predatory shit on top of it, right? So there was too much. But anyway, so I found another job is what had happened. And I went in and told her, I said, well, I'm giving you my notice. I'm giving you 2 weeks notice right now. And she said, she goes, and I said, what? And she goes, your story. Tell me, what's your story? And I said, I don't have a story. I'm giving you 2 weeks notice. And she just goes, I don't know what was, because she had just given me more hours because I had asked for more hours. So I understood where she was coming from, right? But that right there, I said, that right there, the way you just responded to me is why I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice, because you treat this place like that. It's a, it's a, it's not your restaurant. It's a somewhere where you collect your money and it's a pain in your butt, right? I don't know. It just pissed me off. And so I said some stuff to her and she said some stuff back. And I went and talked to Bernard and I said, Bernard, you deserve better than this. You deserve better than this. And he started to say something, and I don't know. I feel my heart hurts about that whole situation, right? Because I would have stayed there because I really like Bernard and I feel like he deserves somebody to care about him, right? And not in any way but just to care about him. It was a platonic feeling for me, but I could just see that he's a lost soul, right? But he's a good person, and I could see that, right? He's just directionless. And so, and then that there's that me thinking, oh, I can save somebody. That's what I tried to do is Ryland's dad and ended up getting drunk and sleeping with him. So this is a whole different situation because I'm not an alcoholic. I wouldn't sleep with Bernard. But anyway, um, so there's that. There were so many parallels, right? But anyway, so she just got really bitchy with me and mean, and I got pissed and told her that she needed to care about her restaurant, and I ended up quitting and going to work at Joann's. So then I get to Joann's, and I think that this is going to be a great, well, I knew. I actually never wanted to work at Joann's, ever. That I did not like the place going in there at all, ever. I still don't like going in there at all. So I knew that I didn't want to go to work there, but I did because I knew where I was at was really volatile, right? Because I didn't understand the whole predatory thing and the Lenny thing and the Troy thing, locking me in the closet and screaming in my face for an hour and then expecting me to work. I didn't remember all that shit, right? And how it just is all here right now, and I need to deal with it because I haven't, and I need to let go of it now and realize that I am an adult and I can stand up for myself without, like in those situations, I feel like my only way out would have been to just lose my head, right? Because I've been in those situations before and the only way out was to lose my head. Um, these parallels are different. I guess these women probably, like, they've never been through this. They have no understanding, I don't think, of what the level of shit. I'm pretty sure that none of them ever had their boss get them drunk and rape them multiple times, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. And they have just do not lack empathy because that happened. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm too empathetic. I don't know. Anyway, so I ended up leaving there and going to Joanne's, where I knew I didn't want to work, but I went anyway because I needed to get out of Gino's. I'm saying names again, but whatever. Fuck, nobody's gonna. Someone will listen, maybe. If this ever becomes public, oh well. I don't expect that it will. Those are my delusions of grandeur, that someday somebody's going to hear all this and be like, wow, this woman's been through a lot. She deserves a shot to really, really excel because she could be something. Even though I already am, but she doesn't have to struggle to make a buck. That's all. That's all. Like, I don't even want a bathtub anymore. That's not true. I do, but I'd be okay without it, right? Like, my body's feeling a lot better. As long as I drink enough water, I don't need a bathtub, right? But I fucking don't want to struggle to live. I don't want to have to just wait it out until you can shit on the next guy to live, right? Don't want to do that. So, what do? I figure out a different path, but I guess I need to figure out my anger because that's where I've been putting myself. So I need to be at a calmer place when I go out there. I need to be worked through this because I'm going out there with this chip on my shoulder, right? And I think it shows, right? Instead of being the calm and kind and beautiful person that I know that I am, I'm going out defensive, automatically defensive, right? And that shows. And I need to let go of that. I'm going out afraid because I lost my temper and I acted in a way that was embarrassing. It's embarrassing when that happens. I mean, when little Elm comes out, I'm pretty sure I look like a 12-year-old throwing a tantrum, right? I don't know. I don't know that I want to see. I can only. It's like I'm outside of myself. I can't. But I am releasing Angry Elm. Can I release Angry Elm? Y'all need to know, Elm is for little me, right? Little me, or little LM, little me, Elm. So that is not gender Pacific. So Pacific. Well, I do live in the Pacific Northwest, so there's something. It's not gender specific. It's not. It's nothing. It's Elm, LM, little me. That's what Elm. It's not nothing. It's everything. It's everything. It's not nothing. But it can also be everything to a lot of different people. It doesn't have to just be everything to me. If you want to borrow Elm, feel free. Elm is my person. Shea is my other person. Shea is my person. You know, Shea is actually, I don't know that I will ever tell my son this because I don't know that he would keep that name if I told him this. But when I was pregnant with him, I had to walk a lot. Like, I was pregnant, his dad wasn't working, and it was in the middle of winter, and I was walking, it was a couple miles, one way each day, because I was working two different jobs. So I would leave my house and walk across town to one job, and then I would leave that job and walk across town just past where my house was, the other direction, at the other job, and then I would have to walk up a hill and home every day, right? So I would leave and walk probably a mile and a half, 2 miles, and then I would walk a mile and a half, a little bit more than that, and then I would walk home. And I was pregnant, and it was winter. I remember being in snow boots, all big and pregnant. I remember being with friends that had cars that were doing nothing but hanging out that would not offer me a ride. And I would not ask because I would not, So, but that does not matter because I did it and got back and forth, and I worked two jobs, and Seth did not work, and I was walking back and forth to work, and I was trying to think of what to name my son, and I came up first with Ryland, Ryland, and then I was trying to think of a middle name, and Shea is because His dad's name was Seth, and my father's name was Ray. He does not know that. I do not know that he would keep that name if he knew that. Um, he might if I told him how important it was to me, right? Because it's not about them and that it was their name. It's about that time when I was coming up with that name. I remember the moment that I named him, right? I didn't even know that. Wow, these are good happy tears, right? I remember the moment. I remember exactly what I was wearing. I remember I was right on the top of Ninth Avenue, just getting ready to go down because I had to walk kind of up. And I remember up, up, up. I was pregnant and it was cold and it was slick. And I was walking up these damn hills. And I got to the top of this one hill and I was like, no, I know what it is. It's Ryland Shea. I remember that. I remember that moment, right? Yeah, And so then, I gave him his dad's last name. So he was Ryland Shea Olson for a long time. And then I got sober and I wanted to change our names. I was Dauneen Johnson at the time. I had gone from Dauneen Durant. I didn't have a middle name. My mom didn't, which was another thing that always made me feel slighted, right? It's just a middle name. I get that. But my sister's middle name was Ray after my dad. And I didn't have a middle name because my mom didn't believe in middle names, was what she said, right? And so, for some reason, as a child, I always found that painful because almost everybody had a middle name, right? But I didn't have a middle name. Weird. Isn't that weird? I don't remember that either. I mean, I remember that now, but yeah, yeah. Anyway, so in 2009, I decided that I was going to change our names back to my maiden name, which now I wish I had thought that differently too. I would like to change my name again. Like I don't even want my last name. I want to just be Dauneen Shea, right? So well, I don't know. Dauneen Durant always sounded so. Dauneen Durant. Hello, I am Dauneen Durant. Anyway, um, it always sounded so cool to me, kind of like Marilyn Monroe, but and I don't want to erase anything anymore. Like fuck it. I mean, you can't. Anyway, so what's the point? Um, I need to face it all. I need to face it all. I need to just do this, or I'm never gonna get better. I just don't want to be mad anymore. Can I just get a job where I can just fucking be happy? I don't want to be stressed out. Like I am relaxed, right? I am relaxed. I am calm. I am relaxed. I am compassionate. I am understanding. I am surrounding myself with like-minded people. Where are they? Where are you? I've never been surrounded by like-minded people. Never. Well, no. Well, kinda. Kinda. There's been a couple people, but they were so fucked up that I had one friend, Jen. She was such a narcissist. I loved her though. I loved her so much. And she just fucking shit all over me all the time. Right? And I loved her. I remember, oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna go away again for a minute and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna fuck it, 24-hour stream. No, I can't go that long. I don't know, maybe I can if I just keep fucking thinking about shit. oh, maybe I'll just have a big smoke fest all day and just let my mind, maybe I'll take the 100 milligram gummy and just fucking sit here and talk, right? I don't know. Maybe that's what I need to do. Because it's all about trust, right? This is where my anger is coming from. It's all about trust. I had a friend that I really loved. Her name was Jen. We were roommates for a while. She, though, would always be like, oh, I'll be home in a little bit. And she never gave a shit about anybody's time but her fucking own, right? And and she, I would wait and wait and wait and wait and wait for her to show up, and then we would go out to the bar. And as soon as I said I thought a guy was cute, she'd be all over him. Like one time, as she said, literally, we had been at the bar all night, and there was this guy that I thought was hot all night long, right? And literally, as soon as I spoke those words, she was all over him. And she had just said that she didn't see one hot guy. And I said, I don't know, I think that cook over there's a little bit hot. And that was all it took. She was all over him, and he was all over her. And I was pissed, right? Because I just was like, why did you just do that to me? Why did you just do that to me? And she did it to me more than once. Many of the women that I had as quote unquote friends did that to me because I was the unattractive one, right? And I don't understand that. Even with these teeth that I don't really care for because they're yellow and they're, because I've had bulimia all my life and I've drank all my life and I was a meth addict and I was a drug addict and I didn't take care of myself. I didn't brush my teeth and I didn't floss and all those things, right? That I tried to get better at, that I tried to do better, right? Anyway, um, I totally forgot what I was saying. Even with all of this, I know that I'm attractive, right? I know that. And I know that I always was. It was my lack of self confidence. It was the fact that I felt like I didn't deserve better, that I felt like I deserved those women that would treat me that way, right? Like I didn't feel like I deserved a friend that was going to treat me with compassion, and not use me. Oh, and some of them, like, oh, yeah, there were some that were not. It's just, and it started from early childhood on. Nikki was the attractive one. She was young, totally predator material. Totally, that girl had been preyed upon all of her life. There is no doubt in my mind. I believe that there was shit going on. I believe that shit happened. Watermelon Day. There's something there, something there. And so I think that there was shit that happened that I have pushed out of my mind. Um, with our families and specifically with her and her brother actually. So to be honest, her stepbrother, so he wasn't her real brother, that's how it is. It was my grandfather. He was my step grandfather, not my real grandfather. So that was okay because they're not real, so it's okay, right? So, and again, I understand I'm not the only one. There are so many out there that have been through this. Again, the Me Too movement, right? But then there's so many like me too, right? So I have no voice, right? I don't have a platform. I don't have a place where I can go and say this is happening to us and you people are talking about it but doing not a thing. Nobody is trying to really change it that I can see, right? Everywhere I've gone, it's been there. Oh, Joanne's, I was talking about that. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go away for a minute because I said I was gonna go to the bathroom about, I don't know, an hour ago. Thankfully I didn't turn off my speaker and forget to turn it back on. Oh, I should probably check and make sure that I don't have a bunch of, I do, a bunch of freaking stuff in my, oh, in my chat. Pornography. I'm getting rid of all the porn. Hopefully, yeah, I'm making it go away. This is frustrating. You know, and this is it. This is what I'm talking about right here. I mean, if you want to make your living this way, I have no problem with that. I have done some shit. I have made my living some ways. One time, I shouldn't, I'm gonna tattle on myself because I don't give a shit anymore. I don't really fucking care anymore. There was this time that I needed some money and I went home with this guy. And I asked him if he had ever paid anyone to sleep with him and he said no, so I just stole money from him instead. Because I needed money. And that was my goal going out that day, was to prostitute myself, and I didn't know how to do it. So I just took his money when he was in the shower. Only took $20 though. I feel like I was worth more than that, but whatever. I'll be right back. Yeah, I just realized how strong the urge to drink is right now. I don't know if I should go anywhere. I'm a little worried. I mean, I honestly don't believe that I would stop at a liquor store, right? I think that I've got my shit together enough that I wouldn't do that, but I don't know right now. Like, I don't know. I was talking about Joanne's. So I was talking about everything. But when I went to Joanne's, I was so excited about one thing because there was a person I saw there, and I remember I'd seen her there as a customer, and she had the tattoo, and I asked her what the tattoo was, and she said it was to block negative energy. And so I was like, oh, cool, like-minded soul, right? And so I was super excited about that. And so then I went in again and I said something. I was buying something and she had said something. She asked me if it was sunny out or something. And she said it in such a way that I could tell she wanted to be outside. And I felt bad because I knew that they were hiring and I knew that they were short staffed and I needed a job. And the pizza place was going sideways. So I thought, well, okay, fine. I'll just apply there, right? I'll just go ahead and apply there. And I did. And she turned out to be really unkind, right? And I was just like, devastated. I was devastated. I was devastated. I mean, and that's my fault for expecting things, I guess, from people. But she was so kind. And then I started working there and I saw her recognize me and I saw her face change when she realized that I was an employee, not just it was weird. So I was just like, okay, well, that kind of sucked, right? And so then I applied to go back to the college in Trio. Trio was a program that I worked at Helena College, and you're not tied to a desk. Like, right, you work with students and you can move around and you can, like I did stuff like I was actually tied to my desk at that Trio. I got in trouble a lot of times for walking the halls when actually all I was doing was going to the bathroom, but whatever. So I was tied to my desk. But as this position I applied for, I wouldn't have been. I would have been an advisor, advising students on what classes to take and that type of thing, right? Which I'm more, obviously, I am more than capable that I can do that job, right? I totally could. I did that job. I did that job at the Trio there. I just didn't get the pay or the title of it, right? It's just, but anyway, so what happened was they didn't call me for that job. They called me to go back to my old job. And I should have said no. I should have said no. I should have fucking said no. Because that job, I knew that job, it triggered me the first time, right? But I thought because one particular person was gone. Well, no, yeah, I thought that I was going to be treated with respect. I thought that because they blamed everything that happened on this one person, I thought that other people would realize that it was that one person and treat me with respect coming back in, and that was not the case. I was not treated with respect. I was not. I was treated really poorly, and my instincts told me, my instincts told me. and I went anyway. I did not listen. And then the way I reacted, I feel like I'm trying to get past that because I'm carrying that with me when I'm out there. I'm carrying that with me. And the thing is I've done it forever. I did it, although I didn't do it no, instead at Joanne's, Pouty Elm came out. You guys are mean. Actually, that's what I said. I said on the, because they were being dicks over that at Joanne's Fabrics, right? You have to wear this earpiece thing while you're working, and it's totally ridiculous because you're supposed to be doing customer service, and you got people having like the boss there. She would sit in the office and be like, "Oh yeah, I got a phone call from corporate today, and we are up this, and we are." Over 50% getting phone numbers, and she got bonuses for that because they sold information, I believe. I don't know this 100%. That is my belief, right? That they sell information. Like they make you say at the register, would you like to donate to St. Jude's? Because they've got these things that say, help us, help St. Jude's. They're not doing anything but forcing their employees to do that and then taking the publicity for that. That's all Joanne's does. They don't, it to my knowledge. Now, I asked and was told, I said, does, because that's me. I said, so does Joanne's give a percentage of this? And they said, oh, no, no. And I'm like, no, 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 they don't. No. And I tried to Google it and I didn't find where they did. So I might be mistaken on that because I didn't really look into it. But my belief is that Joanne's just forces their employees to do this, right? And like they're the kind of place that can, if they split it just right, they can work you like 9-hour days in a row and not pay you overtime, right? And so I said something about that as well to the manager. And then that day they were being dicks on the talking on the headpieces, and I said, you guys are mean. And I just unplugged my thing. I didn't want to talk to him anymore, right? And so the manager's like, well, why are you mad? And I'm like, well, I already told you I'm mad because you're working me overtime and not paying me overtime because you're forcing me to do these things for, I didn't say that to her, but I had said those things to her already, right? So she should have already known why I was upset, right? And also like they don't like ergonomically, like the way their registers are, you have to, like for me, I had to look up like this the whole time I was there. I had to look, and I could be stuck at the register for 5-6 hours straight with one 15-minute break to go to the bathroom and have to have my head up like that the whole time, right? I mean, it's not, and when I mentioned it, it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, well, that's not right. So I was super grateful to go back to the college because I knew that I could dress the way I wanted, because part of who I am is my clothing, right? I That is important to me. I'm going to go to Time Bomb downtown and see if they'll hire me. They have the coolest clothes in there, and I could just dress however I wanted, and she had good music playing, and she said that they're busy, and I'm just hoping she'll hire me. But I'm kind of like, I don't want to give up hope, but I don't know what direction to go, and I don't want to give up who I am again, right? I don't want to go to work at some place where I have to wear their polyester fucking uniform. I don't want to I don't want to go have a job where I'm made to ask people for their phone numbers. It was funny because when I quit doing that. I quit asking. And it's so funny because the one chick that I worked that was mean, she thought that she was mean, and I could not talk to her. Like when she would speak to me, I just had to say nothing. Like I just went blank because all I wanted to do was like rip her face off, right? I just was like, what makes you think that you can talk to me like that, right? There were many, right? I just can't. I don't speak to people that way. I don't talk to people the way that those people have spoken to me. I had one of them yell at me across the store about t-shirts. Yell at me across the store about t-shirts, right? I, One of them was going to set down some fabric, I think. I don't know. My vision was that the fabric was in this cart and I was grabbing it, and I was going to go put it away. And she might have just put it in the cart or whatever, but she just sat there and yelled at me for taking it out of her hands in front of customers, right? And I just stared at her. And I know because they knew my son worked in a cannabis store. So they were all thinking, oh, she's just high. What it is was that if I had said anything in that moment, I would have ripped her face off, right? I would have come unglued. I would have lost my shit. I know that. And I didn't there. When I got to college, I did. It was too much. There were too many triggers. Like that trigger, she was just mean. And I was able to pull that in. I was able to rein that trigger in for her because she's just, not really worth my time. So I just went blank, right? I was able to do that. But like at Gino's, there was triggers coming at me from all direction. At Joanne's, the triggers were just, there was so much stuff. Like, I felt like if anything, like I know I lost my house to fire, and when I went back into that house one time after that fire happened, and the feeling that I got in that house was the feeling that I got in Joanne's fabrics, right? Just waiting for everything to just collapse on top of you, right? And so I've felt that way every time I've gone in there. So I didn't really want to work there, but I did because I don't know what to do. I didn't want to go back to being chained to a desk, right? I don't want a job. And I know I keep saying this, but, and I don't want I don't want to wait tables and I just want, okay, again, what do you want? Not what you don't want. What do you want? Calm. I want calm. I want kindness. I want peace. I want serenity. I know where I want to work and they won't hire me. I just can see myself working there and being fine, right? It's probably one of the sketchier places in town, but whatever. Who the fuck am I to judge anybody? I just admitted the fact that oh my God, I was going to talk about that too. So when I was talking about the fact that I had purposefully went out for the purpose of prostitution one night, I was with this guy, Gene Theodore George, and I've talked a little bit about this. I was with a cult that was a traveling cult. It was a traveling door-to-door sales company, but it was a traveling cult. Okay, that's what those were, is traveling cults. I mean, um, it fits the definition. So I was with this cult, selling this product called Sensation for a couple years, I think. I know a year anyway. Over. I don't know if I reached 2 years, but it was bad, and I was suffering a lot of abuse at that time. The the man who owned the company did not like me very much. His dog really liked me, and his dog didn't like anybody. So that right there pissed him off. And his girlfriend liked me, and his girlfriend didn't like anybody. So that pissed him off. So he did not like me. Therefore, I suffered, right? Because he was wealthy and he was living off of our backs. He drove a Ferrari, had a big bus, he had a limo. I mean, the guy, yeah, it was a cult. So when I got away from that, I there was a guy that I was dating who was abusive, but he left with me. We hitchhiked to Florida I got away from that in Colorado. We hitchhiked to Florida. In Florida, we were living on the beach because we didn't have anything. And I decided actually, how did we get a hotel room? Because the first night, the first couple nights we slept on the beach, and then and it's because you can't fucking sand. Was that there? I've done that multiple times, so I don't remember if that was there that I slept on the beach. I do know that I slept on the side of the freeway, and I got mosquito bites from hell because we were in the bushes. And I'm pretty sure we slept on the beach, but we might have been able to get a hotel room. We might have had enough money to get a hotel room the first night. I know there were some nights we didn't have that money because he finally convinced me into stripping. And so this must have been before I was stripping though, because he was passed out somewhere drunk. And I decided I was going to go out and get us some money. I was going to prostitute myself. So I picked up this guy in a bar and we slept together, but he didn't want to pay me. So I just stole $20 out of his wallet while he was taking a shower. And then he dropped me back off at the bar and I walked to my hotel. Yeah, yeah. You know, that's pretty low, a low point to get in your life, but I am not ashamed of this, right? I have lived my life running from this and living in shame from this, right? There was this, I mean, I did those things. I did those things, right? I did those things a lot. There was a guy named Buddy that was a bartender. I slept with him for Coke. There was another guy, I can't remember his name. He was an older guy. I was young. I was in my 20s, and this guy was probably in his 60s. I slept with him for Coke. Actually, that was for crack. We made crack. Yeah, you know, I mean, and so yeah, I've lived with it, and I have felt shame for those things for a long, long time, right? I've carried that with me for a long, long time, and thought to myself. So yeah, when somebody tells me it's 150%, maybe they're right. Maybe it is 150% me because, you know, I have carried that shame. But I also know that I've pulled myself up from that, right? And I really fucking pulled myself up from that, right? Have I have felt like I'm reconnected, so we're still there. But anyway, I'm hoping, you know, I feel like sometimes, and I think that's where I get irritated, is I think that the work that I've put in, um, I'm just frustrated to be spinning my wheels in the same spots, right? Like, I never, like, have always been an artist, right? When I was in high school, I graduated with more art credits than I needed. And I have always been an alcoholic and an addict. And I have always been Elm, right? She's always been there. And this is what I believe to be true. Um, I believe that when I was 3 or 4, that my grandfather was inappropriately touching me in a chair with a highball, and my grandmother walked in. And she came unglued and called me all kinds of names. And I believe that I was no much older than 4. Um, I believe that shortly after that, my mother, um, it was close to my birthday, so I was probably 3. I'm going to say it was probably just before my 4th birthday, because I believe that this happened around the 4th of July, and I believed it happened multiple times in a period around the 4th of July. I believe that there were fireworks. And I had gotten sunstroke. And so I had to stay in the camper because I was sick. And I believe that I was molested in that camper when there were fireworks going off that night. And again, I believe later on in that same time period, weekend, right around before my birthday, that my grandmother caught my grandfather touching me inappropriately. I do not believe that it was him in the trailer. I believe that that was my uncle. Um, and I have tried to talk to my mother about this, and what she did, instead of talking to me about it, was go to my family, and they questioned whether or not she believed me, and that's what she told me happened. So I never talked about it again. And now I'm 57, and I can say I know these things to be true, right? I know these feelings that I feel are not, um, yeah. So anyway, it does not matter, but because it happened, right? And it does matter. I mean, because I am just like, I always knew I hated the 4th of July, right? I always had these memories of these things, but there are the parts that like my not being able to leave the camper because I was sick, and then the fireworks and being molested when there were fireworks going off, right? That um is new. Like I didn't remember that part of it. I didn't I remembered sitting in my grandfather's lap, but now I remember my grandmother screaming at me. I don't remember what she called me. I want to say Jezebel, but I don't know that that would be a valid. I don't know. But anyway, shortly after that, I remember my mom getting beat up a lot by my dad, my stepdad Junior at the time, and I remember being alone a lot, and I remember them being at the bar a lot. I remember the house being really dark, like all the time. I was little, three, four, maybe five. I think we left Utah when I was like five. So three, four, this would make sense. This would make sense, right? I remember the birthday feeling so special. This one birthday, they bought me this blow up pool and this Barbie that I really wanted. And I remember being in this floaty in this pool with this Barbie. And I remember feeling so special. And then shortly after that, everything blew up, right? And I remember just standing by this bus, feeling left behind and knowing that all these things had led up to this, right? So I believe that I thought it was my fault, right? And my mother never, like, that was it. I didn't have a mom from that point forward. Like, she was gone. And I've never talked about this stuff, right? Like being in the bushes with my cousins and playing doctors. They were much older than me. I was a little girl, right? It wasn't normal stuff. There was stuff that happened that wasn't normal stuff, right? I think, I don't know. I mean, was it normal? I don't know. It's like, did it happen to everybody? Did it happen in every family? I don't know. I feel like maybe it did. I feel like maybe it did, and that's so again, I don't want this to be like I am feeling sorry for myself, or like I think I'm the only one to suffer these things, because I don't. That's not what this is. This is me getting this out of me, right? I mean, I know I'm not the only child that was abandoned at 3 or younger, right? The only thing that I can gratefully say is I never did that to my child, right? I mean, I got sober and I tried really hard. And now I just know I'm a fucking mess because I never dealt with this stuff. Thankfully, when I was sober, as far as my jobs went, I worked at the Mediterranean Grill, and he was just mean, abusive guy. Like, he was a bully. He just bullied people. So, and yeah, whatever. It was It was another one of those jobs, though, where the whole restaurant would fill up and I would just run my ass off. And one of the cooks, like, would give me, like, they could, so they would make, it was a pizza oven, right? And then they would, like, cook stuff in the back and stuff and bring it out front. But, like, people would order certain dishes that would come up, like, they would time it. Cooks know how to time food, right? That's their job, right? Is to time it so it comes up as close together as possible. Well, he would put shit up there that would sit for a longer period of time, so it would be super, super hot. There were times a lot of my shit was super hot, so I got calluses right here on my from carrying food out at that job. But there were multiple times their trays were bowed, and I would have a tray full of drinks, and one I would see one going, and that would be it. All of them would just go, and I would be so busy, and it was just like, and I knew he got pissed when you broke dishes, and it's like, if, yeah, that was. So I worked there when I got sober, so he wasn't so bad, and again, the DOC Kevin wasn't bad, but but I still did more than one person's job, right? I don't fucking know what I'm doing. Now I'm just battling. I think I need to go to the ocean. I gotta go out and play with my dogs. And I'll videotape. If I play with them, I could be at the ocean at 1:11. Yeah, I'm gonna do a read. Let's see if this is done. I can do a... Look. Let's see how this sounds. Okay. Where did I put it? Oh, I think I put it... Let's get out of that. Yeah. We'll just save this as working. And the date is 1/8. Okay, let's see. Is that where I put that? What did I do with it? God, I hate when I do that. Oh, here it is right here. Right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll do a read to this. I didn't realize I left it untitled. I'm gonna have to put down the songs I put in here. Isn't that just so beautiful? It does make it all worth it, you know. It's just if I get a job that sucks the life out of me, will I be able to enjoy that? Right? And again, if I was a different person, I could be at the college and be enjoying it because you work 4-day work weeks in the summer, but I don't want to be the kind of person that shits on the next person just to make it better. I don't know. That fucking ugh, doesn't matter because I can't go back there anyway, so I keep fucking rehashing it. It's like, Jesus, quit obsessing over something you have no control over. So I need to title this. Whatever, where was it? Untitled. What was this? This was HIR. I can never. Let's go here. Let's go Ocean. And here. And here. What did I do? I did HIRAETH. I walk with those. It's W. Okay, whatever. And did I do resolutions? I think I did. Okay. There we go. Okay, give it the right name. All right. I should do a read, go play with my dogs. I'm going to go to the ocean and videotape myself. I am a little nervous about it because it's kind of embarrassing, but whatever. Fuck. I mean, what do I care? What do I care? I'm 57. That's part of... actually, you know what? That's kind of the thing, too. I'm at this age, like, I don't really give as much of a shit what people think about me when I pull over and dance, right? I've lived a long enough time to dance when I fucking want to dance. That's my... And to say fuck when I want to say fuck. So, anyway, all right, I'm going to do a read in just a second here. Always so cold, always so cold. I wonder what time the tide is going to be low on Monday. I mean, I know a lot. I don't know. I just don't. I always feel better when I go to the ocean, but I just don't know if I want to go today, right? Because I just don't know. Low tide. Oh, low tide on Monday. It starts going up at 6:16 in the morning. Sunday, that starts going up. Tomorrow, it's down. Saturday, low tide, so it's going down. Oh wait, I'm such a dork. No wonder. I've been reading this wrong forever. Right now it's going down. It goes down until noon. Oh my gosh, I'm such a dork. Tomorrow it starts going down. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Monday, I'm so stupid. No wonder why. No wonder how come whenever I got there. Oh no, do I? Oh, it starts going down at noon. Oh my God, from 6:16 a.m. to 12:16 p.m. It goes up and then it goes down Monday from noon. I'm gonna go Monday. I'll go Monday. I'm such a dork. I can't believe I just figured this out. No wonder why whenever I get there, I'm like, I thought the tide was going down. Oh well, whatever. That's another thing I've noticed. The more I'm talking this through, the more I'm getting all this stuff out of my head, right? The more clarity, like, I am getting. Um, I'm not as scattered. Um, just because I think, God, again, I haven't talked about any of this stuff. I never even knew why I was uncomfortable on the 4th of July. It's like, I remember getting sunstroke and I remember that feeling like a really bad thing, right? And I remember, I remember the camper and I remember that feeling like a really bad thing, but I never put them together, right? I remember the fireworks and that feeling like a really bad thing, right? But I never knew why all these things were. Now I still am not letting myself fully go there because I don't know if is it necessary to feel the fullness of the pain. I don't know how far I need to go before I'm going to be okay, right? Am I ever going to be okay? Or am I always, I don't know. I know my mom had this other guy that she dated. We lived in this place in Sacramento, California, in these apartments, and I remember having babysitters, but I remember being alone a lot too because I remember stealing food stamps and walking down to this little store and buying pouches of peach jello and eating it with our fingers. Ugh, that's so gross. I can't do peach still. I still think that still reminds me, but so we were little doing that. We moved from Utah to California, so 6, 7. I don't remember how old I was when we moved to Davis from Sacramento. I think we only lived in Sacramento I only remember one apartment in Sacramento, so I don't think we lived there for very long. That's where we found the dead guy in the car when we were playing hide and seek. We found a dead guy in a car. I think he was a junkie. Yeah, we were little. I remember one time too where this guy, it had rained really bad and there was a puddle, and this guy put a catfish in the puddle, and this kid caught it and took it home, and his mom filleted it, and the guy came out to get his catfish and his pet catfish, and it was gone, and it was really bizarre. But yeah, my mom, I remember her getting beat up there too by this guy. What was his name? I can't remember his name. She dated a few guys. There was one that I remember beating her up. There was another guy. He was okay. His name was Frank. He dyed our hair black. She got really pissed off about that. She was working and came home from work, and he had black hair and his daughter had black hair, so he dyed our hair black to match them. And she got really mad about that. He also bought us a dog that she got pissed off about, so We had him for like a day and a half, and then he was gone. That might be part of the reason. Like me, when you get a dog, you don't just get rid of. You don't do that, right? That's not how things. And you certainly don't freaking give your kid's dog away when they're, or put it to sleep, or whatever was done to my dog when your kid is away on vacation. You just don't do that kind of shit, right? For the weekend. I mean, come on. I don't know. Anyway, just so much shit. Okay, I'm gonna do a read. I need to play with my dogs, and I don't know. I'm gonna sculpt today too, so again, don't know if I'm going to the ocean. I might just work on my turtle and go to the ocean Monday when the tide. Let me look at that again. Make sure I got that right. It starts going down at noon, right, on Monday. 12:16 p.m. it goes down to 7:17 p.m. So it's going down for a long time on Monday. I might catch a sunset. I might go out with my hand kites in the sunset on Monday. I think that's what I'm going to do. That would be pretty cool. Hopefully, because it's not supposed to rain. What a thought. Whoops, I don't have the weather. Where's the weather? I need a new. So the weather on Monday, and let's do 5 p.m. It'll be 45 degrees, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any rain. So even if there's rain, that would be all right. Well, except for I can't set my camera up. Okay, I'll set it up in my car. I'll just make sure nobody can steal anything. But it's not supposed to rain, so cool. All right, I'm gonna do a read, play with my dogs, and work and sculpt. I'm not leaving the house today. I want to go to the ocean, but I'm not gonna. I'm too much in a weird space. I had that way too loud. My ears are such a mess. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I'm gonna go. It's so funny reading these and then realizing the situations I'm putting myself in. And it's not like I'm gonna be around, like, none of us is fully functional. Like, we're all a mess. We all have our shit going on, right? But I think that, like, that particular situation, being around somebody who I believe from her comments to me is in a really unhealthy relationship, and pregnant with a child with that person, with two other children, with another unhealthy relationship, having to work super closely with that person, I think would just be too difficult for me. I think I'm too much of an empath. I don't even know what the word is. I'm a sponge, which I need to. I am a brick. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do this read. Okay, and I'm gonna record it. I also needed to. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'm gonna do this instead. No, no, I don't wish to exit. That was not my intent. Okay. I still get confused with all the, oh, look what I've done. See? I still get confused with this. This was not my intent either. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna do a read. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. My ear is singing me a song. Singing, singing. Tinnitus is my friend. All right. Today is Friday, January 28th, 2022. Welcome to my reading of positive affirmations. This is light in my life of darkness and light, mostly light, some darkness. I'm working through things. My goal when I started doing these affirmations was to heal. I thought that they would be enough, and they are not, right? I am finding that I need to talk about my traumas because there's a lot of them. I don't think I'm alone in this. I think a lot of us have suffered throughout our lives. These abuses, not only in our home lives, but in our working lives. Just like me, I don't think I'm, again, there's a huge Me Too movement, right? So I know it's not just me, but I am feeling the need to get this out of me. I am making it public because I have stayed silent for a long, long time, all my life, pretty much, right? And it's funny because I actually have been the kind of person who has not been silent, and I have thrown fits, and I rage, and I am angry. And here's the deal: I never, ever, ever, until now, have looked at the reasons why I am raging, and I am angry, and I am, you know, thrashing out. I blamed it on people and places and things. Granted, a lot of these people and places and things have done things that were not right. I am in control of my reactions from this point forward. In the past, I have reacted poorly. And recently, even after doing these affirmations for a year and a half, I reacted poorly in a situation that triggered me. So I have decided that I need to look at these situations and understand why I am being triggered. And and in doing so, there's a lot of darkness that is coming to the surface. I'm shedding light on this, right? I am bringing forth these things and I am looking at them. And again, I'm doing this publicly because they've been hidden forever and I want them out. And if this can help someone or if someone can relate or whatever, I am grateful for that. But I do not want to give up on gratitude and affirmations and positivity to the universe, right? All of this darkness does not negate that. It does not. It is it is not the main, it is not the focus. I am the leading light of my life, and I choose how much light and how much darkness there is in my life, as each of us does. And I am choosing light. But in order to reach that, I need to shine light in the corners of my mind, and I need to understand what has brought me here. And so that is what I am doing. But in this moment, I am going to read an affirmation before I go out and play with my dogs. And all of that I just said just came from my heart, right? It's not written anywhere. It's not written anywhere. I'm just talking and I'm feeling and I am allowing myself to understand these things for the first time. And I am also allowing myself to realize that I have been angry and I have reacted in not in ways that did not make me proud. But I will no longer carry that shame and I will no longer carry that blame, nor will I shame nor blame others because we're all suffering right now, I believe. And I even believe the most wealthy people are probably suffering the most, or they would be able to see all the pain that they could help alleviate, and they're not doing it, right? They're not doing anything to help. They're just grabbing more and more and more. So it's really sad that that is where we are. Okay, but for me in this moment, again, it's Friday, January 28th, 2022, and I am moving through my day with a deep feeling of gratitude. I am grateful for all that I am, and I am grateful for all that is my life. I am an amazing, talented, and successful soul, and I am thriving. I am acceptance. this moment, I am new. All that I envision and all that I need is there for me. I am accepting that the universe has an endless supply. Breathe. I am releasing the need for control. I am acknowledging that many times the only control that I have over any given situation is my reaction to it. From this moment forward, I am reacting in a calm and peaceful manner. I am patient. I am breathing deeply. I am inhaling the present and I am exhaling the past. I am unafraid. I am consciousness. I am judging nothing. I am the creator of my journey, and the journey of my soul is a calm and peaceful journey. All that I am and all that I do is to benefit the universe. Breathe. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. I am trusting in this life. I am trusting myself. I am a loving and loved soul. I am letting go of my past. I am creating my future. I am moving forward. I am in this moment. I am present. is creating my future, my truth, and my life. I am exquisite. I am productive. I am strength. The universe has gifted me with creativity and talents which are unique to me. I am talented. I am successful. I am prosperous. I am acknowledging that life provides me many opportunities to utilize my gifts and talents to the fullest extent. I am open and I am aware. I am at a place in time where I am recognizing and I am acknowledging my value and my worth. I am more than valuable. I am more than worthy. I am facing each opportunity with an open heart and an open mind. I am flourishing. I am sharing my talents and creativity as they are a benefit not only for me, but for the universe and all that it holds, as I am moving on butterfly wings. We each create ripples in the lives of those who we touch. We are all connected. I am grateful that my success will benefit not only me, but others as well. I am believing in myself and the positivity that I am choosing to radiate. I am peace. I am kindness. I am love. I am living a positive, peaceful, and prosperous life. I am all that I aspire to be. I am peace and kindness to this universe. I am choosing freedom. I am free. I am free to dance, sing, and play. Dancing strengthens my body and brings freedom and peace to my soul. I am allowing myself to live my life in a way that brings me peace and calm, as I am causing no intentional harm. I am calm. I am safe. I am unafraid. I am keeping this body healthy by feeding it nutritious foods. I am eating to live. I am keeping my mind healthy through rest and meditation. I am balanced. I am keeping my spirit and my soul healthy through kindness and positive thoughts. I am positivity. I am moving through my life with a peaceful and calm ease. I am flexible. I am seeing clearly. I am compassionate. I am understanding. I am allowing myself time to stop, to quiet my mind, to stop the mental traffic, and to find peace within my own skin. I am in this moment. I am consciousness. I am opening my soul to the universe, and I am following your guidance. Breathe. I am acknowledging that I am an amazing soul, and I have been truly gifted this amazing life, and I am grateful. I hold my hands to my heart and feel the warmth that my body radiates. I hold myself tall, core strong, shoulders relaxed, head high, and mind's eye open. I am acknowledging positivity, gratitude, and kindness to the universe. I am grateful. I am grateful for everything in this moment. I am acknowledging the pain with gratitude as I know this is contributing to my growth. I am becoming. And I am so, so grateful for you, beautiful soul. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Okay, gotta go play with the dogs. What time is it? Yeah, it's 11:30. I'm gonna go play with my dogs and sculpt, and I'm gonna go to the ocean Monday night and get myself dancing in the sunset. Um, I just think that'll be quite beautiful. So that's the way I'm gonna do this. Plus, I don't know that I really want to leave the house right now. I really want to drink. So I think I just need to stay home, stay grounded, give myself the time that I said I was going to give myself. A few more days just to talk this stuff out, to work this out. Go back and remember where the things are that hit me and hurt me, so that I can acknowledge them and understand why I am where I'm at right now. Um, Again, knowing that this is the first time in my life that I've been sober and had the time to acknowledge I don't have a lot of time. I need to find a job. I mean, I've been talking about that. That's the problem. My jobs have been the biggest, well, not the biggest, but a lot of my problem throughout my life. I've been abused in a lot of my jobs, as well as for a lot of my life, right? I think I was abused more than not in the jobs that I've worked, as many of us have been. So these affirmations again, I love myself in this moment. Bad teeth, um, bad hearing, temper and all, but I need to move forward in positivity, so I need to get through this. I'm not giving myself a lot of time, although I did have a year and a half. Now I'm just finally, I got back out there and realized that I changed and nothing else had. And I thought, I believed in the shit. I believed in something that wasn't true for a long time, so I need to stop that and just get grounded. So anyway, I again appreciate your joining me. I hope that if you listen to these affirmations and you've seen any of the darkness and light or triggery videos, that they aren't like turning you off to the affirmations. I think that again, I think that we are all darkness and light. So there's both. I am really, really working through the darkness too. I mean, of course, it's never going to go away. It's always there, but I'm becoming more light than dark, right? Yeah, that's my path. So, thank you again for joining me on this path, and blessings, beautiful soul. I gotta go play with my dogs. Peace out. That was the end of my recording, and I need to go play with my dogs. So I am going to